I welcome Melinda Ferguson. She's also the author of Smacked. She'll tell you more. Let's give her a round of applause.
Hey everyone. Thanks, Ilana. Now I've got to talk about drugs. Okay. All right, guys. I'm going to do a quick survey. The only thing you've got to bring to the table is honesty. Can you do that? How many of you have ever smoked cigarettes? How many of you partake in the wonderful, noxious, toxic substance called alcohol? Okay, there's a lot more alkies on this side now. How many of you have been given a bit of like green stuff and rolled up that Rizzler, and those two are happily smoking together, all right? How many of you have been offered a line of cocaine at a party? How many of you have stood on the side of a road at like 3 a.m., say Hillbrow, in the middle of the morning, cold winter, in a little mini and fishnet stockings, and got into someone's car and sold your body for a hit of crack? Okay, well, suddenly, you know, you're looking at me and you're probably thinking, what is this woman on? And what is she telling us this kind of stuff for? Because she's like very different to me. Well, you know what? Once upon a time, I was very similar to you. I was someone who, I didn't think I was influenced by the peer group, but I actually really was. I loved being popular. And then, you know, at the same time as being this clever chick, I was also drinking. I started drinking when I was like 10 or 11. You know when parents say, don't smoke, and then they're like, don't smoke. I mean, you're kind of like, hey, what are you talking about? So that was me. And then I just thought, well, guess what? I'm going to experiment. I'm going to start smoking a bit of dope. It's going to open my mind. And it did for a while, okay? We had these like addicted to life nerds. Let me call them nerds. They would come to our school and say like, don't do drugs. But I would go like, well, I don't want to be like you, so why would I listen to you? And that's the kind of mentality I had. And part of that was almost, I should say, my downfall, because I was always like too clever for my own good. And I just said, let's just go one more time and tomorrow I'll stop. And this carried on for like 3 months. So now I'm getting, this little baby's growing in me, and I'm smoking this stuff. And I know that I'm damaging my baby, but there's something much deeper and much more hectic going on inside me, and it's called addiction. I phoned my husband now, he was my husband, and said, let's just leave the baby in the incubator and let's just go get one more hit. That was me. You know, scummy addict that I'd become. That prefect and that amazing person that I'd once been was totally now disappeared. Because this is what happened to me, who thought once, let me just try a hit of something and I'll see what happens. I just worked really hard, and I started taking responsibility, I guess, for what had happened. And I started realizing the choices I'd made were the things that had put me in this place of hell. And I know everyone says to you guys, everything you choose in your life is going to have a consequence, but I swear it's real. It's welcome, Victor.